find my live so I can see comments, and then I want to dive in and create a few things. Well, just one thing, just a card. So I'm going to share the product that I'm using in just 1 minute, but I wanted to share a couple cards that I got in the mail. I got this card from a really sweet customer and friend. I'm not going to open it because it has a personal message in it, but it was so sweet. She sent me a little Starbucks gift card, and it was just a little thank you for my recent BOGO event, my buy one get one free event that I did at the beginning of the month. It was so fun. It was a fantastic event. I always forget how much fun they are. Behind the scenes, they're a lot of work to put together. And when I'm in the thick of putting all of it together, it feels like a lot of work, because it is. But then once the event happens, it is so fun and I enjoy it so much. I get to connect with lots of you that I don't really get to connect with other times, because some of you are demonstrators that watch me, and so you're not interacting as much. And so when I do the BOGO event, it's always fun. I always see, names and faces of those of you that do the events with me, and it's always so fun. So I really appreciated this. I actually got this card on Monday, and Monday I had a really severe panic attack, and it just is, it's not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but it's not a big deal. And after it had happened and I was hanging out in the living room, my husband got the mail and I got this card, and it just came at the perfect time. So thank you so much, Laura, for the card. I really appreciated it. And then this is a card each month in my Facebook group with the demonstrators that have joined Stampin' Up with me, my stamping community. We do something called a card exchange every month, and you make one card, and then we have a designated person. Everybody sends their one card to that person, and then she swaps them all around and sends you back a different card, and it's called a card exchange. And I really love doing this. I've always loved doing swap cards, but they're a lot of work when you're making, even if you're just making 10 or 15 cards that are the same. It's a lot of work to do a card swap, and it's a lot of work for the person organizing it and keeping it together and keeping track of it. And, there's postage that you have, that you pay for. And it just was, even though I loved doing it, it was a lot to manage. And so this idea came up a couple months, I don't know, like 6 months ago or so, we started doing this. And it is so fun to just make one card, send it off. You send a self-addressed envelope with a stamp. There's like no work to it. You just send it off, and then you get a card back that you didn't make, which is so fun. So this is the card that I got. I don't know. We don't like put our names on the cards. It's really fun because then we take a photo of the card and we post it in the Facebook group. And then it's kind of like this fun guessing game. Like, I wonder who made this, like which card, who made this card. So that is really fun. So I received my card exchange from last month, and last month the theme was fall or Halloween was last month's theme. And then this month our theme is thankful. So thank you cards or thankful cards, Thanksgiving cards, that kind of thing is our theme this month. So I have to drop mine in the mail before the end of the month, but I thought it would just be really fun to share this. And currently right now, the other thing I'm doing today is, I'll talk about my sketch here in a minute, but it's something that we also do in our group. It's called Case a Card. And we just started this, and I post a card every Monday, and then you can case it and share it. And I'm going to make mine with you today, but I wanted to mention that right now is a fantastic time to purchase the starter kit. You get a lot for your money this month. So you spend $99, but you get $155 in product. So initially you're getting $56 in free product. So that is so fantastic right now. I know everybody I know everybody's, budgets are tight right now and we're going into the holidays. And so it's nice to be able to save money. So it's awesome to be able to get $56 in free product plus your starter kit, which is what is called when you join Stampin' Up, will ship to you for free. So you pay $99 plus a little bit of tax, whatever tax is in your state. And then you get free shipping and you get $56 in free product. And that is product that you pick. So whatever you want, if you want items off the clearance rack, which by the way was just updated this week. If you want items off the clearance rack, or you want items from the annual catalog or the fall catalog, whatever it is that you want to pick out, you just pick out that amount. And then the great thing is that the one question that I seem to get a lot recently is why Stampin' Up doesn't offer free shipping. Lots of companies have gone to where it's free shipping, right? And we all know that it's not really free shipping. You're just paying a higher price for your items, and that's how they make up the cost. But there's something about it, right? When you get free shipping, right? I'm always like, Amazon, I'll just go get that. I get free shipping. There's something about getting free shipping that is really amazing. And I always get asked why Stampin' Up doesn't do free shipping. And here's the secret. You kind of do get free shipping when you join Stampin' Up. You get 20 to 25% off all your orders. So the way that works out for me being in California and the way my tax is basically every single order that I order from Stampin' Up, I get free shipping and free tax basically, because that 20 to 25% basically works out to your shipping and your tax. So I've always just looked at it like being a part of Stampin' Up and purchasing the starter kit and being a demonstrator does not mean you have to do a business. It doesn't mean you have to do videos. There's lots of gals in my group that they don't do anything. They don't do videos. They just craft with us. They just craft and they case their card and they be a part of our card exchange. And they don't do anything for a business, but they get basically free shipping and free tax every single time they place a Stampin' Up order. So there's nothing scary about it. There's no, I always say, nobody's going to come and arrest you and put you in a big red rubber room if you decide in 3 months you don't want to be a demonstrator anymore. You just go back to being a customer. And then I always like to say, I'm happy to take your money as a customer. Just come back and be my customer and everything's totally fine. So I would love for you to try out the starter kit if you are interested and you're crafting every month and you want to save a little bit money and get that free shipping every month. And there's lots of other benefits to it. You get, right now we're in pre-order for some product that's coming out next month. That's amazing. During celebrations, you get an entire extra month to earn celebration items. Plus, you get to earn items from the company. So one of the things that I love is all of the free products that I get. I get a ton of it. And so it's super nice to be able to supplement my crafty supplies with all the free stuff. So enough about that. I will leave a link in the description below if you're interested in that amazing starter kit bundle and getting $56 in free product. Now is the time to do it. It ends at the end of the month. So if you have any questions, let me know and I'm happy to answer them. So this was our card exchange. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to make a card, and I printed this out so I could show you. This gal is the gal that made this card. I just found this on Pinterest. If you search her name, she does really amazing, really easy cards. And what I did is I popped this photo into our group this week, and I said, case this card. And when you case a card, it means that you are copy. It means copy and copy and share everything is what case a card stands for, or copy and selective edit. So a lot of times if I'm kind of in a crafty funk, which I kind of have been the last couple weeks, I really do not know the last time I really sat down to craft anything because I've just kind of been in a funk. So whenever that happens to me, I like to just go grab a card, look through our catalog, look through past catalogs. I save my catalogs. So look through past catalogs or the current catalog, or go on Pinterest and look at cards. And I like to case something. So that's what I thought I would do today, is show you this. And then that way I can pop it into my group to show all of my people what I did for this. And there's already been a couple people in our group who have cased this and shared. So on my blog post, maybe I will post the ones, I will ask their permission to see if I can post their cards. And maybe in the blog post that I will write this evening, I will show you the other cards that have been made. But let's make this, and let me show you what I've picked to use. So I'm going to use this stamp set here. And it does have a punch. I might need the punch. I'm not sure. I have some new plates for my mini that I'll probably use because I am going to use my stylish shapes. And then I've picked out 3 colors. So my color combination is going to be this: mint macaroon, smoky slate, and basic gray. And then I have a couple mint macaroon ribbons that I might use. And then I've picked these papers. So I'm going to use these 2 pattern papers. And then I have some cardstock. And I just pulled all of the cardstock out of my scraps. So yay for using scraps. And then the paper pack that I'm using is this one right here. Now, I totally kept thinking I hadn't ordered this paper. So I kept thinking I need to order that paper, and I kept ordering it. And so I have like 1,000 packs of it. Not really 1,000. I'm going to pull this one out just in case I want this other bolder pattern. So I have a lot of it. It comes in packs of 48. You get 48 12 by 12 sheets, which is a ton. Hey, Renee, good afternoon. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is decide, I will probably use, maybe let's use basic gray as our card base. So I just want a bone folder. And the direction of the card is this way. But when you're casing a card, you can also do it in a different direction if you want. So this is the direction the original photo is. I'm thinking that maybe I'll do it this way. Or should I just case it exactly? Let's case it exactly. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pattern here. I'm trying to see which pattern would makes the most sense. I still might change it up and do a different size. So the first thing we're going to do is the first layer, and I'm going to do that at 5 1/4 by 4. And that's going to give me my first layer. I'm not going to glue any of this down yet. We're going to cut all of our layers. Now, obviously, this doesn't have measurements, and I'm not going to dig through the internet to see if maybe she posted measurements for this, because I can pretty much guess. You don't really need exact measurements, right? So the next piece that I want to cut is going to be this piece right here. And then this piece, I think that I will use ribbon. So this piece, I'm going to go ahead and use, see, it's like I need one more design. So for this, what's on the back of this? Pretty bold design. So let's try this one. I don't know, we might have to change it up. So I'm going to do 2 1/2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this over so that I cut in between this large pattern right here. And then I'm going to flip it around and do 2 1/2 because I want those big, bold stripes to be featured. And then we're going to do 5 1/4. And again, I'm going to pull it this way and then flip it over because I want those big, bold, I want more of the big, bold stripes. So see that? Okay, and then the next piece is going to be this design here. And I'm just gonna guess, right? I'm gonna estimate that that is probably 4. I'm gonna do 3 1/4. So this is 4 by 3 1/4, and then I'm gonna want my light smoky slate. I'm gonna want that to be 3 1/2. What was this again? This was 4. So I'm gonna want it to be 4 1/4. And we're gonna have that as a layer. My blade is, okay, so I can already tell that I need to make this smaller if I'm copying it exactly. Right, so this is gonna need to be 4 1/4, which makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think of that. 4 1/4. I want it to go all the way to the top. And then I think that that's wide enough. Okay, but then this we need to trim down. So this, let's trim down to 3 3/4. And then this will need to be 3 1/2. Ooh, almost cut right into that panel. Okay. So now we have that, and then let's just see. Yep, I'm thinking that that is gonna work, but I'm thinking that I want the mint macaroon. I think that's gonna be better. So it's gonna be 3. I think I messed that up. I think I messed it up. Did I? No, I did not. Okay, by 3 3/4, I think. Yeah. So I'm thinking that this is going to look better like so. And we might have to do some inking, right? Okay. And then what I want to do with this is we're going to do this at so this next layer, I'll give you the layers when I'm done. We'll go through them again. So that's 1 1/2, and then I want like 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 because we're gonna make this a flag. Okay. And then let's cut our circle. So I'm just gonna use my mini cut and emboss machine. I have some new plates, which are always nice. So I want those new plates. And then we need this piece right here, which is really dirty. Now, I'm thinking, I don't know how this is going to turn out. We're just going to see. So I'm going to take this mint macaroon, and then we're going to take one of our stitched circles. Whoops. Don't throw your die. And we're going to cut out a mint macaroon one. And you can use a square, like even though on the other card that you're casing, it is a circle, but you could use a square if you wanted. Okay. All right, so now let's see if we can put this together and do some stamping and see how it works. Okay, so let me bring all my stuff back over here and then let's get started putting things together. So I'm definitely gonna pop some stuff up. You know me and foam. I use sequins. So our card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's a standard A2 size card. And I did that in basic gray. Okay, the next layer that I'm working with right here, I just took a 1/4 inch off. So it is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay. So make sure you guys can see. And we'll peel all of this off. So this is this first layer, I know I'm not gonna have any changes to. I like the pattern. That's the correct size. So then we're just gonna put this right in the middle. I'm gonna get really close to this so I'm off camera, but I just want to make sure it is centered. If it's not centered, it's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so here's our first layer. Now we have this, and it's gonna go here, and then we have this piece, and it's gonna go over the top of everything. And I'm pretty good with this, so let's go ahead and attach this, because I'm fairly certain this is fine. So our mint macaroon piece is 3 1/2 . I gotta get it close to my eyeballs. Okay, 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. And then our next pattern paper, our next pattern piece is 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. And this piece is gonna go right here. And then this piece is 2 1/2. Okay, 2 1/2 by 4 1/4, and it's gonna go all the way edge to edge. Now, we could like move it over a little bit so that a bit of that basic gray shows. That could work. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach these down. I think I need to attach this first. So let me see. Yeah. So we're going to do this flat, because then we're going to put ribbon over it and another layer over it. So we just want it to be pretty simple. And I'm going to try to just use my grid mat and line it up with that line. I'm really just eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, it's helpful to have that. And then this piece is going to be flat as well. This is a lot of layers, and I usually do not do a lot of layers on my cards, but this is fun. So I'm going to line it up right with the pattern piece underneath. Okay. So far, this is what our card looks like, right? So now I want to do some ribbon right here. And I have two options. I have this sheer ribbon that's mint macaroon. I wanted some gray ribbon, but I didn't have any. So there's that sheer piece, which I don't really much like. And then there's this piece, and this is an old, I know for sure this is retired. It was on the clearance rack, and I bought about 100. Not quite, but you know me and ribbon. I bought quite a few rolls of this. So I think this is what I'm going to use. And you could just make it like this, it's really beautiful texture, right? So it could just go like this, or it can be a bow. And that's what I think I'm going to do, like a little, it's going to be kind of a fake bow, because I'm just going to do a knot. I'm not going to do an actual bow. So I'm just tying it, and I didn't cut my normal crazy amount off. So a little knot is going to work best. And then, because it's wrapped around, I know it's crooked right now, but we're just going to be able to... See, it even looks cute like this. Okay, so see here, this is where I start to get inspired, and I start thinking like, oh, I can do something different with this. And I might do something different, because that's, for me, that's the point of a casing a card, is just kind of getting your crafty mojo back. Right? Like, you know, you're going to accomplish a project that's going to look good because you're casing something. Like, you don't have to think about it. It takes some of the work out. Okay. That was just giving me a little bit of a problem. See, I sort of really like it like this. And then putting this here. But I mean, either way, I mean, you can do it really either way. So let's move this bow up a little bit more. Okay. And then the other thing I'm going to do really with this one, because it's already fraying. So I'm just going to melt the edges. So be really careful when you're doing this. Please don't burn down your house. But if you just let that heat touch that, it's going to melt the ribbon, and then it's not going to fray. And this is like a weave ribbon, like it has a weave kind of texture to it. And so you can also kind of shorten it. Sometimes I use it to like make those a little bit more precise. Okay, so now we have the circle, and this is where we're going to do our stamping of our little dog. So if I put this circle here, right, like so, because it's down kind of lower. So now I can do my stamping. So let's grab our stamp. And we could stamp this directly. I feel like I almost want to stamp the background, but I feel like it's not, it's a little bit too big. So we can just stamp him right on our circle. I think this one can be up, or it could be down, and this one can be, yeah, down. So I think maybe let's use this one. And I'm going to use black ink. Oh, I'm nervous to stamp this. I feel like it's been so long since I stamped. Like, do I even remember how to do it? That is the question. When I'm nervous, if I got all of it, I'll turn it over. Yeah, see, I'm glad I did that, because I can tell where I didn't get it was not pressed down really, really well. So I'm glad I did that. And that doesn't bother me, that little bit that's not pressed down. So then I want to do a little tiny sentiment right there. So I cut this stamp. So I could do you are up above, and then I could do loved on the bottom. You are loved. The sentiment says you are always loved, but I snipped it. And I could do that. I think that's what I'll do. So I'm missing my ink. Where'd it go? Oh, I put it away. Again, to stamp this, I'm just going to get close to it. But you can see it nestles really well right there. You could punch it out. The dog has a little punch. So you could totally stamp it and punch it out. Okay, so let me just get close to this again and try to do this straight. Oh, this is so cute. Okay. So now this is going to go on our card. So like I said, it could totally go this way, or it could totally go this way. Which I really think I like it this way. But this is the way we cased it. All right, let's do it this way. So now, because that ribbon is there, you can put adhesive over your ribbons. It's usually fine. But in this case, when I know that I can do like on either side, it's kind of what I like to do. So this is, see, I already messed up. So it's going to go on this way. So we're going to flip it right over. And then I'm just going to put dimensionals on either side of that ribbon. Like I said, you can put dimensionals over your ribbon or adhesive, but just so that this is going to lift it up and then it's going to be over the ribbon. The ribbon's going to kind of fit right down that middle. And then it's going to kind of like lay a little flatter. So it's not going to like wobble, which you sometimes get when you put like dimensionals over ribbon. Then whatever's over it, it's kind of a little wobbly. So this is just going to prevent that from wobbling. And then we'll take the backing off. You don't have to take the backing off all of your dimensionals. It kind of drives me bananas if I don't. But you could just take like 2 off over here and 2 off over here. And as long as it sticks, you're going to be fine. So then let's bring this back down. And then, yeah, I can kind of tell that's like right over it. So we'll put that like that. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, I love it. Okay, so then let's, of course, add some bling, which is always sequins for me, basically. I love sequins. So this is it is the mint, sparkly mint sequins mix, and it is from Little Things by Lucy Cards. And I get all of my sequins. Basically, I get them all on Simon Says stamps.com. I usually, that's most of the time where I get my tools. So like my, what are these? Tweezers and different things like that. I usually get from Simon Says, and I'll just, whenever I need like a couple tools or refills on something, I will then just add some sequins on there. And these are going to go perfect. Uh-oh, my thing is clogged. I mean, not clogged, but just need to pull that out. There we go. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. And these are going to be perfect on here. They're going to be that perfect mint macaroon color. Andrew and I tonight are going to watch card videos. We're kind of behind on all of our YouTube videos. My mom was here for a couple weeks, and so we weren't hanging out and watching YouTube videos much. And then we had fall break, and things have just been a little crazy. Andrew is struggling a little bit at school. He struggled a lot in 3rd grade during COVID when all the COVID stuff was happening. He had 5 different teachers in 3rd grade. So obviously that was hard. But then last year he did so well. He had such an amazing teacher. She was a brand new teacher to the elementary school. And I just loved her. I still love her. She's amazing. But obviously she's not his teacher anymore because he's in a different grade. And I don't know, the teacher that he has, I mean, you guys know I'm a big lover of our elementary school and of our teachers. And I think they're all amazing. But her classroom, she's kind of a more like laid back kind of teacher. Like her classrooms have always been a bit chaotic. In fact, Kayla, I requested her not be in that class. I requested her to be in a different class because I kind of, knew that about that class. And I think he's just struggling with the environment. So he just needs a little extra attention, and I have an appointment to talk with his teacher next week so we can kind of figure out, how to support him. And like, I had a big talk with him last night about his attitude, so I don't know. So I thought it would be good for us to spend some time together tonight and let's do a bow on the dog. And just kind of hang out. So let's do from this pattern paper, I'm going to punch out on the opposite side of what I used. I'm going to punch out a bow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a white gel pen. I think a white gel pen will work best. And we're just going to add a little detail to the bow. Just adding some lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. See? That just gives it some definition that it's a bow. And then let's add it right here. I'm trying not to touch that white gel pen because it'll smear. It takes it a minute to dry. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Like that. And one more thing. Let's add one more thing. And this is something fun. Well, this is all fun, right? Is that a good one? A little googly eye. It's tiny. Ooh, that's going to be Okay, and then let's use our tweezers. Oh my, how cute is that? Oh my word, it's so cute. Well, I really love the way this came out. This is fun. I like want to add one more sequence right here because I feel like these are too clustered. Okay, I have to. I just can't. My glue is clogged up. Okay, and then we'll add one more sequence. I mean, are y'all surprised that I can't stop with the sequence? No. This should be no surprise to anybody. Okay, let's close up my sequence so they don't spill everywhere. And then let's add this one right here. Yes, I love that. Okay, so this is such a fun stamp. I've used it more than I thought, actually. We used it for the paper party. So here's the sketch. And then, well, here's the card. It's not really a sketch. Here's the card I cased. Oh, and then we have the little, I was going to do the little gray flag. I could still do that. I need it to be smaller now. So I need it to be like 1 inch. Probably by 1 inch. That was a bit difficult to cut. I'm just going to use my nail file to clean up those edges. My blade desperately needs to be changed. And then we need our snips. Here's my snips. And then I just feel like these aren't. There we go. Oh, will it fit right in between my sequence? Okay, it totally will. Okay, and then let's take that white gel pen and add faux stitching up top. And sometimes, like, casing a card makes you do things like maybe you wouldn't do. Like, I don't know that I would ever think to add a flag like that, but I like it. I like the way it turned out. So I'll take a oh no, my sequence came off because I'm messing around. That's better. You guys were probably yelling at the camera that I messed it up. So I really like the way this came out. I'm going to take a photo of it and I'll put together a blog post. And then if you're interested in joining Stampin' Up! And purchasing the starter kit, the link is in the description below. And then I'll ask over on my Facebook group, I will ask those who have done this card if I can share it on my website. And then in the blog post, there'll be the other ones that people did. So, and I would love it if you tried this out and cased this card. I would love for you to share it with me. And I'll put this gal's name up. She, you know, she created this. I don't know who she is. I liked the card and I thought it would be fun to case it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Let me take you off my stand here for a second. Oops. And maybe I'll show you. Well, I'll show you. My office is pretty clean, but I will show you my new decor piece in my office. So see, my desk is pretty clean, but right up there, I got that new photo right there, that new poster. I just got that and I redid that little spot right there. And I like it. I like it a lot. So I don't know. That's just a fun little craft room, maybe a little update for you. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on Friday with another video. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone.